Ladies and gentlemen, you have tuned in to the RRT Boxing Show. I am your host, Mr.A. Ready, talk boxing. And what are we talking about? Middleweight. It's middleweight action. You know, on the 5th, we got Triple G. That's the granddaddy of them all. You know, the IBO, the IBF, WBA, WBC champion. He's fighting Vans Martirosyan on the 5th. But that's not the only middleweight act. Excuse me. That's not the only middleweight action going on, folks. That's not the only middleweight action going on. So later on today, I'm making this video. It's about 1 a.m. Take my ass to sleep soon. But later on today, you have the 3 moving parts rankers fighting. You got Tommy Langford, who's defending his British middleweight title. He's number 7 in the WBA, number 6 in the IBF, and number 10 in the WBO. He fights on the 4th. He's fighting Jason Wilburn. So that's a fight. I'm picking Tommy to win that one. You know, Tommy is a fight against Wilburn's pressure. Can he stop Tommy's movement? Will he be able to handle Tommy's rapid fire combinations and movement? That's an interesting fight. Also on the 4th, you have Gary O'Sullivan, who did not want to fight Triple G on the 5th. So obviously, if he's fighting on the 4th, he was in shape. He was ready to fight. He was definitely in shape and ready to fight if he's fighting the day before Triple G. But he said he just didn't like the small money, the little G's he was being offered, you know. But he's one of the only middleweights who's ranked in all 4 divisions. I mean, all 4 organizations. Okay, what we're talking about, if you haven't picked up, we're talking about middleweight action all the way up until July. So you get an idea of what's to come in the middleweight division. I'm going to try and do this a little more often about every division that I can. You know, this is a lot of divisions, a lot of things, but I'm going to try to do the best I can to give you the best boxing information, best boxing entertainment that no one else is taking the time to just make love to your brain on boxing. You know, so Gary O'Sullivan, who is WBC number 11, WBA number 6, IBF number 15, and the WBO number 5. Like I said, for this next month and a half of action and just period, he is one of the only middleweights in all 4 brackets, all 4 brackets, divisions, whatever you want to call them. He's taking on Berlin Abreu. 2 come forward fighters. Abreu's a 147, so 147 going up. I don't know if he's gradually went up, but he's originally a 147. And we know what 147s do at 160. You know, you got Kell Brook, Triple G, you got Felix Trinidad and Bernard Hopkins. You got Amir Khan taking on Canelo. It starts off good if it's any goodness in it, but it doesn't end up well. So that's it. You got Gary O'Sullivan taking on Berlin Abreu, who's basically, I think he has a little contract or got some fights, or at least the peak and attention of HBO. And if Triple G is successful against Vans Martirosyan, we heard about how the IBF gave him 90 days. Is it a 90 days? It's late right now, but I want to say 90 days to fight Sergey, not 90 days for a purse bid, but I could be wrong. But I want to say 90 days to fight him. So that's why everyone's saying he might give up that belt, because 90 day turnaround to fight after this is pretty quick. But hey, step the fuck up. You know, so he has that. And then will Triple G fight Billy Joe after that? Who knows? But Gary O'Sullivan is trying to set himself up to be people's worthy. Like, oh yeah, he knocked that dude. I seen him. He beat Douglas up. So people remember that, and I'm gonna knock out should knock out this 147 pounder. Like, damn, I seen that little Irish dude twice. He knocked people out both times. Oh shit, Triple G's gonna fight him. That dude's gonna be a fight. Yeah. So HBO, I believe, is trying to plan that. And also on the 4th, you have number 5 in the WBA taking on David El Macedouni. It's gonna be an awkward fight. Macedouni is all over the place. Horrible technique. But it works for him. He's one of those type of fighters. Like I said, he uses his ring generalship is really good. I like his ring generalship. Like I said, he's not a runner. He used the ring good. He pops in and out on you. He circles the ropes. Make sure you reset your feet. And when you do reset your feet, he comes with some crazy angle punches. Like I said, his movement makes you kind of overreach your punches and miss, and that's when he just pops in on you. But he's very hittable. So David Papat, WBA number 5. Like I said, that's 3 fights later on today. Like I said, all middleweights, but there's 3 fights all in the WBA. You got, like I said, you got number 7 from Tommy Langford, number 6 from Gary O'Sullivan, number 5 from David Papat. They're fighting today. And then the following day on the 5th, you got the champion himself, Triple G, taking on number 11 from the WBA, Vans Martirosyan. So I said the WBA is a hot start of May for the middleweights. And then you get a little break. And then you come on the 18th of May, you got Ronny Montague and Patrick Wachaki. Now, this should be an interesting fight. You know, I didn't realize I knew who these guys were until I saw them, because I definitely didn't remember the names. I was like, oh, okay, I know those guys from previous film studies. Ronny Montague, you guys might know him. He just upset it, Conrad Cummins. So, you know, this could have been Cummins' fight right here, but Montague is IBF number 12. Wachaki is not up there, but it's for the IBF Intercontinental Middleweight title. And this should be a nice fight. Ronny has fast hands, a nice jab, and some pretty decent movement. It was enough to give him the decision over Conrad, even though a lot of people thought, and the commentator thought Cummins won that fight. But the judges liked the action, the hand speed, the little power shots of Montague. Patrick, he has a nice jab, come forward fighter, decent body attack. So that's even from what I've seen. You know, it's not like I said. It's not like I've seen a lot of these guys, but from what I said, I'm gonna watch a little more coming into this. Like I said, it's up on the 18th. I'm gonna get a couple more weeks between work and covering other fights to watch these guys. But that's gonna be a good fight. Like I said, it's IBF number 12 and Ronny Montague, the German, taking on Patrick Wachaki. And then on the 26th of May, which no one's really talking about, David Lemieux fighting. He's fighting for the WBC international middleweight against Kirim Ankar. I never even seen that guy in the year I created this show. So unless it's just another guy I don't remember his name, I might recognize him. But the name off the back I do not recall at all. But like I said, David Lemieux is fighting on the 26th. Where is David Lemieux ranked at right now? Like he's fighting for the WBC Franchon belt and the WBC International belt. So never heard of the WBC Franchon belt. But we will find out real quick. As of, where are we at here? As of May 3rd, these ranks right here. WBC, David Lemieux is number 7. Where else? Is that the only thing he's ranked at? WBC? Ain't that something? David Lemieux. Oh, and it's double sevens. Winner, winner, double sevens. He's ranked number 7 in the WBO. And like I said previously, and Shalucky, he was ranked number 4 by the WBO. You know, so like I said, that Montague versus Patrick Wachowski. Montague recently defeated Conrad Cummins, who's number 12 by the WBO. So that's how, and Montague himself is number 11 by the IBF, not number 12. So I got that correction. And that is it. Yeah, David Lemieux just number 7 and 7. He's not ranked nowhere else. Surprisingly, I thought he might be up there. You know, Tommy Langford's number 6 by the IBF. You know, you got Jamar Charlo, who just 4. He's number 4 by the IBF. Number 1 by the WBC. So like I said, you had a lot of action going on in the middleweights. And then the last fight for the middleweights is coming on the 23rd. You got number 9 by the WBO, Steve Butler. I don't know who he is, at least not by name. I might, like I said, a lot of these fighters, like I said, I watch a lot of fights. I might recognize him by who he is, but Steve Butler is taking on the veteran Carson Jones. From what I've seen, who did Carson Jones just lose to? Cheeseman? You know, so I don't know if Carson Jones has it anymore. Steve Butler probably should beat him, but we'll find out. I'll do a little more watching on that and give you my prediction on that one. So that's on the 26th, and also on the 23rd. And also on the 23rd is the WBO champ. So like I said, on the 23rd you got number 9 Steve Butler for the WBO, and then you have the WBO champ Billy Joe fighting Martin Murray, who is in the IBF number 7 and the WBO number 6. So that's fighting on the 23rd. So a quick recap of the whole video before we sign off, folks. May 4th, today, you have WBA, I mean hot brackets for the WBA. You got number 5, 6, and 7 fighting. Number 5, David Papat taking on Masuni. You got number 6, Gary O'Sullivan taking on Berlin Abreu. Number 7, Tommy Langford taking on Jason Wilburn. That's all 5, 6, and 7 for the WBA. You got the champion on the 5th, WBA champion Triple G taking on number 11, Vans Martirosyan. So hot start in the WBA. And then on May 18th, the IBF number 12, Ronny Montague, and number 11, we corrected ourselves, taking on Patrick Wachowski for the IBF Intercontinental title. On May 26th, you got David Lemieux, number 7 and 7 in the WBC and the WBO, taking on Kareem Edgar. And on June 23rd, you got number 9 in the WBO, Steve Butler, taking on the veteran Carson Jones. And also on the same day, you got the WBO champion Billy Joe taking on ranked number 6 WBO Martin Murray, who's also number 7 in the IBF. So there you are. That's what you have. Middleweight action all the way up into the month of July. This is Double RT Boxing, talking middleweights. And some of these are already on the show, broke down and predicted. The 4th and the 5th fights. Stay tuned for the 18th, the 26th, and June 23rd. Thank you for your time and support. New viewers, hope you're new subscribers to your new show, the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm just your host. Let's talk some more boxing right here on the Ready Talk Boxing, the Double RT Boxing Show with me, Mr. A. Thank you very much.